Right. Good morning, everybody. About 4:20 in the morning, so I'm actually up a little late, usually up a little earlier than this, but just sitting and relaxing in my chair right now. I'm gonna have my energy drink. I just took my morning supplements before cardio. I'm gonna get ready to hit morning cardio here shortly, so I'm gonna be bringing you guys through a day of eating. Today will be a little bit of a different kind of day when it comes to food. On prep, we're just under 6 weeks out right now, and this will be a little bit of a different kind of day. So we're going to be digging hard in my diet for the next four or 5 days, and food's going to be a little low. So I'm going to just kind of show you how we push through that and what we'll be eating today on an ultra low day. Get some training in a little bit later. So I'm going to just have my energy drink, get ready to hit cardio. Then we'll get over to meal one for breakfast pretty shortly. So I got 45 minutes of cardio this morning. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm one of those weirdos that like cardio, but usually do about a half hour. Gonna do about 45 for a little bit of a push for the next 4 or 5 days. Yeah, time to stop talking to you guys and crank the speed up a little bit. Just gonna do an incline walk here. It's usually my go-to for cardio. Doesn't take much for me. 3 or 4 on the incline, about 3 miles an hour, and just cruise for about 45 minutes, and usually gets the job done. So I'm gonna get after it here, waste no time, get upstairs, make meal one, and probably go back to bed for an hour. So I'm a lazy F like that. Beautiful part of working from home. Can make my own schedule a little bit where I could be up pretty early, enjoy the morning, get meal one in, take a quick nap, and then still be up. Start my day early enough to act like a normal human and be productive. But let's get after the cardio here. All right, so time for breakfast because I am starving. So it's going to be a little bit of a different week to finish the week. Today is Thursday. I train from Monday through Friday, so what I'm doing is Coach Paul wants to, instead of having me run my typical carb cycling diet, which I started this week, and what we did was I always run my high day on Monday, and then I do medium days into low days into the weekend, depleting into the weekend. So typically on my medium days, I get a small amount of carbs with my meals and a good amount with my pre and post workout. But what he wants to do is pull the diet down really hard. And basically for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, run just protein and veg or berries. So looking at basically just living off of protein and vegetables for 6 meals for the next 4 days. So it's going to be a rough 4 days. I've done this a few times. It's really not that bad. It's just obviously boring and you get hungry for some food, but no big deal. Could be worse, but gonna have start breakfast now with, for meal one, it's gonna be just 4 ounces of egg whites or cartoned eggs. So they are egg whites, but this is the yellow version, which tastes a little better. And 4 ounces of protein from chicken breast. So we'll be running that for breakfast, and I got some peppers and onions cooking and a little bit of spinach I'm gonna throw in the pan, and just a small, about 100 grams of berries because I can't have some vegetables or berries with my meal. And so just gonna bring you through today's fucked up diet where Dave's gonna be hungry for the next 4 days, training through it, roughing it. And I think later on either Jackie or I will gonna show you our new basement, our new blue collar bodybuilding office and podcast area, Jackie's esthetician office that she's all excited for. Ain't that, sweetie?
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, so we just got an addition done to our basement and got that finished. So that felt good, getting that all done. Looks great down there. Jackie did a great job decorating it, getting it all set up, and got our desks down there so we can be a little productive with our coaching. Have a private spot to call our own with our coaching and just consultations and podcasts and all the shit we do on our computer. So we'll show you that later. Came out good, but I'm gonna finish cooking here, get my GI drink ready. Even though I don't really need greens in my fruit drink, I'm still gonna be drinking that because the greens and the fiber from the fiberlize and the glutamine helps with my digestion, and with being on nothing but protein and vegetables, it's going to be probably a little harder to go to the bathroom, I'd imagine, for the next 4 days. So A little bit of fibrilize does the trick to keep me a little bit regular. So
stay on top of your hydration.
yeah, stay on top of hydration and get my protein in, get my meals in, and try to volumize them a little bit with some vegetables without bloating myself up, just to make it not so miserable. Yeah, gonna get cooking. I'll show you the meal here before we get eating it. So that there's the final ugly concoction. Spinach, peppers, onion, chicken, egg white, and I also put on there this new sauce. It's called salsa roja. That stuff is phenomenal. And then we just got some berries with a little splenda on top, so.
It's carb-free and a fucking pancake.
And Jackie's over here having pancakes.
Hi, Daddy.
But nonetheless, figured it'd be interesting to show people what I eat for these kind of days, because there's more than just vegetable and protein you can do. You can make up, we'll probably end up doing some sort of a protein cake later on. It's like a protein pancake, but we do it in a little cake dish, and I put a little bit of a protein drip across the top and then freeze it, and that tastes pretty good. Also probably do like a yogurt and fruit concoction later on. So there's a few ways to get a little creative to make it taste pretty decent and not be the same protein veg. Although I do got to take out some shrimp because I do want shrimp later on. Shrimp's a good one because that's a pretty voluminous protein, so you get a lot for your bang for your buck when it comes to your food. So probably have that too, but I'm starving. I'm going to dig into this. I'm a GI drink my morning sups, watch Big Paul talk about Clomid and boner problems and on his channel, and watch Jackie enjoy her pancake as I eat spinach. Yeah. Anywho, catch you on the next meal. All right, everybody. So just got up from a nap about an hour ago. Time for meal 2. So we're actually gonna be shrimp, which is nice. This whole bag of shrimp, 12 ounces of shrimp, is gonna be exactly 45 grams of protein. So that's actually nice, because shrimp's kind of a nice one because of how voluminous it is. You get a good amount of food for good bang for your buck when it comes to food volume. So we're gonna have that with some riced cauliflower. So it's just cauliflower chopped up like rice. A little bit of pepper and onion, spinach, and I'm gonna finish off this last bit of zucchini. So I'll throw these veggies in the pan, and the shrimp here all at the same time here in a moment. So just gonna get these all chopped up. Yeah, so far enjoying my lovely carb-free day, but it is what it is. Gotta do what we gotta do to get shredded for stage. That is the most important thing to me. I could care less what I weigh, how big I appear. I just got to make sure we are not fat on stage. That is very important to me. So these tough diet days can be no fun, a little rough. Even though we got 4 of them, we won't have carbs. Today's Thursday, won't have carbs or fats until Monday. But hey, it is what it is. So let me get this started here. We'll show you what it looks like after. This is a pretty good one. And then I got another sauce that actually is a calorie-free pineapple mango sauce from that company that I had the salsa roja sauce from this morning, called New Sauce, NU Sauce. Really good company, a little pricey, but all of their sauces have been excellent. Their fajita one was out of this world good. So there's a pineapple mango one we're gonna have with our shrimp, which is really good. I had that last night with some shrimp and rice for post-workouts. Let me get this going. We'll show you what it looks like, get onto this, and then eat our meal, and then gotta get to work. Gotta get some stuff set up at our desk for our new podcast. Our desk, we got a new little podcast scenario, so I gotta set up Jackie's mic and her headphones and kind of get that all ready for her, so we can use it whenever we please. So yeah, I'll show you, I'll be with you in one moment. So one other tip, first showing you some of the vegetables I like to add to these meals just to build up a little bit of food volume, just so you actually feel full. But these Green Giant riced veggie packs are pretty darn good considering. So they're just, again, this one's just got rice with a few mushrooms and asparagus chopped off, and all it is just vegetables. So it acts like rice, doesn't fully taste like rice, but it's actually pretty good. But this one's super low calorie, of course. It's just cauliflower. This whole bag would be 12 carbs itself. I'm probably only having a third of a bag each time with each meal because I'm adding other vegetables. Spinach, I like doing a lot of spinach, and peppers and onions. So there's one key thing for you to volumize your food is these are real easy and cheap. You just microwave them, you throw them right in your meal. I'll usually microwave them and cook them and then just toss them in the pan to warm it up while I'm cooking my whatever's in the pan, chicken or beef. We got shrimp now. So yeah, just wanted to show you that's a really good hack for needing some food volume. So we just got all of our shrimp cooking, turn up the heat a little bit here. Got our veggies going, we'll just toss that around a few times. And yeah, this is gonna be good. Add some of that rice, cauliflower, and spinach, and it'll be quite a voluminous, protein-only meal. Pretty good stuff. So I'm gonna finish cooking this up and sit down and eat. All right, so here is the final concoction of our shrimp and veggies. Got ourselves, of course, a Coke Zero. And this is the sauce I was telling you about. New sauces, pineapple, mango. It's completely 0 calorie. Even though it's 0 calorie, I do still measure it just for consistency, for flavor. Usually put 2 servings, like 30 grams on. So gonna eat this, and time to get to work. Can't forget my salt. And just gonna hang out, watch a little bit of podcast right now. Nick Walker podcast. And then, yeah, I think it's time to get to work finally on the computer here. So gotta get something done today. So meal number 2 going down, 12 ounces of shrimp, riced cauliflower, some peppers, an onion, spinach, and some pineapple mango sauce with Coke Zero. So this is a pretty good one. Excited to have it. Hungry as can be.
Hey guys, what's going on? I am going to show you our finished basement. Dave and I have been talking about it to you guys, so let me give you the tour. So, for starters, we got the stairs all redone. Everything's brand new, so we got a nice picture wall here. And everything on this wall pretty much has to do with bodybuilding, which is super cool. A lot of our clients and our good friends and fun times at the Arnold, all the good stuff. Come down here, we get the lights that come on, pretty cool. And then right here we got a nice pocket door that goes into the unfinished part. We keep it open for the cats. But everything in our coaching office here is UFO alien themed. So I get a bunch of cool alien figurines and my terrarium stuff and nice big window here. You all know that backyard. And then here we are. I don't have the light plugged in, but we get the blue collar bodybuilding sign up there. Got our memorabilia of our shows. But we get some pretty sweet desk with a nice setup with the mic and cameras, ring lights, you name it, we got it. So then over here we get some cool chairs, comfy chairs. The cats like them too. Of course, more terrariums. But I made sure that I covered all the details down here. So everything you need is down here. Got a little coffee bar here, alien themed, and even some of these mugs, they crack me up. Single, taken, be yourself. This one's my favorite. The cat checking out the running from the UFO. Got the energy drinks covered in the little mini fridge. And then here we get the bathroom. Pretty big bathroom. Cat themed. But yeah, very cute. And I kept all of the same colors of the walls as we have upstairs. This color is actually our bedroom color. That bathroom color is my 3 Seasons porch. And then, so those are the accent walls. I have an accent wall in here, same color as my 3 Seasons porch. Then I got the gray throughout, so we have some nice accent walls here. But let me set this up, the lighting. And here's walking into my esthetician room. Got the beautiful French door. Right to the side here, we have my products here that I sell. Let's see. And around the corner is my lash bed, where I do facials, lashes, brows, you name it. This is such an upgrade. I got a nice setup here. Another light that lights up. It says, "You glow, girl." And then, let's see. Then right over here, I got everything I need being an esthetician. Got some light coming in with a nice window. Got my plants up there. But I got everything stored for my facials and brows and lashes, you name it. And then, of course, have to have my appliances, my sterilizer, my hot towel caddy, little mini fridge with some of my products I use in facials. But yeah, this is what it's all about, guys. You work hard, play hard. It's good stuff. So that is our amazing basement.
All right, so our next meal, just got done doing some work. Our next meal is gonna be a sweet one. So we got, let's see, gotta get my face in the camera. There it is. So the next one's gonna be a yogurt meal. So we got the veggies, right? Jackie's looking at me going, how do you pronounce that? Veggies, we're gonna go with 0% fat Greek yogurt. So 200 grams of this will give me 20 grams of protein. And then we take, I got the farm-fed marshmallow protein, which I'm gonna make like a drizzle or whatever they call like a protein drip, where you just do the protein powder. So do 40 grams of that. You can just take water with take these little whisks and just make an icing out of it. So then we'll take our bowl with yogurt, put that in with 200 grams and some Splenda and a touch of this brown sugar swerve to sweeten up the the yogurt, because it's like a sour one since it's so plain. And then I'll put across that 100 grams of frozen blueberries and strawberries, pour the drip across the top, and throw that in the freezer and let it harden up. And that's actually a pretty good protein and fruit mix for a straight up protein meal. So it's actually one of my favorite ones when I am able to have carbs, having some rice cakes and throwing like almonds on top and crumbling up a little bit of rice cake to put some texture into the yogurt. It's like its own little parfait. But don't get to have that now, so we're just gonna have the straight protein version. It's not really a big meal, but it'll hold me off for a little bit until we get into pre-workout meal. And pre-workout meal will either be fish or chicken with vegetables. And again, no carbs or fats. So that will be, I'll decide, see however I feel. Nice thing about working from home here is I have a little more freedom with my food. I can kind of pick what I want to eat on the go. But I'm gonna whip this up. I'll show you what it looks like. It's actually a pretty mixture after, and it's a fun texture of the hardened up drizzle that goes on top. It's like a crust with the fruit, and then the yogurt's filling and full of protein and a little sweet and sour as well. So get this made up. I'll show you what it looks like. And then we'll get it down the hatch and relax for a few until the next meal, and then off to the gym tonight. So this here is the finished product before we put it in the freezer. Just put a little bit of that brown sugar swerve on top. So we'll put this in the freezer and let it harden up and crust up, and it'll be even better. Probably give that like 10 minutes and it'll be ready to go. All right, time for the final product here. Let me show you this. So there it is, all frozen. Yeah, just the way I like it. It's got a little crust at the top, frozen fruit, yogurt. So this is actually a pretty good, almost like a dessert. But you got about 50 grams of protein. Again, not allowed to have carbs, but we can have fruit or vegetable in berries. So it just can't be over 10 carbs total when it comes to vegetable or berry. So that leaves me plenty of wiggle room to have a little bit of fruit. And I think 100 grams is like 7 carbs when it comes to strawberries and blueberries. So I'm gonna get this eaten and then relax for a bit and get ready for the next meal. Just watch a little YouTube, answer a couple of things on my phone, and yeah, just relax. See if I can get a quick little half-hour cat nap. Jackie's laying down right now, getting a quick little nap before her next meal, and then training. So this is a pretty good one. I suggest to anyone that's looking for something different for a protein source. You could even, if you have low carbs, do this with some rice cakes and some nut butter. If you got a little bit of fat and a little bit of carbs, like 30 carbs, you could do a couple, 3 rice cakes and serving the fat on the rice cakes, and then you got this as like a dessert, and it's a pretty good meal. It'll hold you off for a couple hours till the next one. So time to eat this and relax, and time to get to work. I'm probably going to save my second half of cardio. I was supposed to do 45 minutes this morning. I only did a half hour because I was getting pretty lightheaded for some reason. I think I didn't drink enough water this morning, where my blood sugar was a little low. So still got 15 minutes to make up. I'll probably do 20, 25 tonight after the gym and then head home. So I'm going to eat because I am hungry and relax. All right, so now we are getting ready for the gym. We got one meal to put down first. Pre-workout meal, which I'm gonna do. I got cooking in the pan cod, some wild caught cod from Walmart, which is actually always really good. I'm gonna put together my intra. Since it's carb free, we'll just be doing some essential amino acids. Got Solo 9 from Hostile here. What is this? Raspberry, tangy raspberry, which is all right. It's not too bad. So for intra, I'll be having amino acids, got like 10 grams in there of amino acids, and a quarter teaspoon of salt, which I just got everywhere. It's one of those days. So that'll be intra. Leave this cup out for Jackie. And then I am dragging ass, so I'm definitely going to take a pre-workout. I usually just do L-citrulline caps, which I have. So I got 9 grams of straight L-citrulline. I'm going to do half a scoop of this Superhuman Pump from Alpha Lion, which is actually pretty good. And then I got leftover. I don't really do many stims. I usually just do L-citrulline and a cap of caffeine. But today we're going to do Gorilla Mode Energy from Gorilla Minds. Got a lot of different supplements left over. So this has got, I'm only going to do 1 scoop, which is about 185 caffeine. And it has dimethylamine citrate at 180 milligrams, which is a strong pre-workout for energy. So I will do that, which I don't even bother with a shaker. You just get a cup, and I got my little whiz device there that froths up the milk for like lattes. So I just pour this in with water and hit the button, we'll whiz it up, and that does the trick. And then actually I do have some super pump, what's it called? XXL pump from the old AA. It's from SomoChem now, the old AA. The fuck am I trying to say? Research company that does all the peptides and whatnot. So I'm gonna do a shot of that in shoulders for push, and that's about it. Get our meal together. Intra-workout, pre-workout. Got my pre-workout pills, which at this point we got a little bit of Anavar and a little bit of Winstrol, since we're so close to the show, in there. And my L-citrulline caps, and I'm gonna take about 1 milligram of liquid SLU PP 332, and that'll be my pre-workout. So I'm gonna start getting this meal finished, show you the pre-workout meal, and then head to the gym.
Getting ready for the gym. Gotta do a fit check. I like it. Let's go.
So we got the last bit of my meal. Got these, let's see, turn this around, peppers and onions in the air fryer. I like those actually being cooked a little crispy. Now let me put this down. I like getting those cooked a little crispy in the air fryer because they get a little mushy in the pan if you don't time it. So we got peppers and onions and cauliflower rice. Got cod, spinach, and yeah, the peppers and onions. So get that all whisked together, throw it in my dish, eat it, and that's it. Jackie here will show you her pre-workout.
All right, so let me show you what I do before the gym. Got our handy dandy reusable water bottle. No longer using, actually we're using them up, those smart water bottles. One to get something that replicated it, because I love those bottles for some reason. Anything to motivate you to get the water in. So for me, I have my aminos here. This is Evogens. I love this flavor. It's blueberry apple. I buy this over and over again. It's the only one I don't get sick of, and it's not like too sweet. It's actually more on the refreshing side. So I put a scoop of that in. I put a sprinkle of my Baja salt in, and then I got my field rations for my intra-workout. Put a good old scoop in there because today is my high day. And on top of this intra, because this is 25 grams of carbs per scoop, I will be having 2 Rice Krispies while I'm at the gym. So let's get this all in. Always remember to not fill your water bottle to the tippity top because all this powder needs to fit in. I've done that before and it was annoying. So we got the water done. And then right before I leave, I'll be taking my pre-workout, which is WTF by Troponin Nutrition, which originally was, oh my God, I'm blanking right now. First Attachment. But yeah, they changed the name a while back. So both these products are Troponin Nutrition. This one right here, how much caffeine does this have? 300 milligrams. So this gives you a pretty good whopping of caffeine. So yeah, I'll be taking that. And then I'll be ready to go. But let me get my pre-workout ready. Pre-workout meal. All right, so for the pre-workout meal, I'm going to weigh everything out right now. It's going to be 250 grams of rice. I'm going to break into the other bag. And I've been actually liking ground turkey lately for my pre-workout meal. It just digests very easily. Let's make sure I don't put too much in there. Take a little out. Even, there we go, 250. My meal before this was 300, so I confused myself for a second. And then the ground turkey we get right here. I'm gonna do 4 ounces of this, so 115 grams. But yeah, this digests pretty easily for me. Otherwise, the other option I've been doing is I just have cereal with protein powder. But whenever I can get the whole foods in, then I go ahead and do that, because protein powder I try to keep at 2 meals a day. And especially like on my high day, sometimes I'll make it 3 because it's just hard to get all the food in, but that's once in a great while. Anyways, let's pop this in the microwave and then let's eat. I can't forget. So going back 2 weeks, we increased some food for my high days. And because I'm in my grow right now, I am back into my pushing season, but I get chocolate chip muffins, and I actually make these. I was looking for a good alternative from the store-bought brands of the ones you can pick up at the bakeries, because the ones you get in the bakeries, they're like literally 18 to 22 grams of fat in one fucking muffin. So not that was going to be a total issue, but I rather not consume that amount of fat. So I did some research, and Krusty's here has a ton of different things that you can bake yourself, and each muffin breaks down to 7 grams of fat. So that is so worth it. And like because I have a very low fat diet. It's high carbs, so we keep the fat really low. I just get enough for my health and hormonal health, and that's it. I do not take any extra fats whatsoever. So yeah, 7 grams of fat per muffin, and each muffin is about 70 grams of carbs, which is insane to me because look how tiny they are. Like, it's my palm size. When my store-bought brand one was like this big, and it was like 50 grams of carbs, but it was like almost like 20 grams of fat. So insane. But that's the best part. So I get 3 throughout the day, 1 on my second meal, 1 pre-workout, 1 post-workout. Unless if I feel like being a fat ass and saving them all for one of those meals. Whatever floats your boat. You just gotta get the food in. That's the goal. So anyways, time to eat. Actually, I fucked up. Retract what I said about the muffins. It's for 2 muffins. So 7 grams for 2 muffins of fat. And then it's 70 grams of carbs for 2, not 1. My mistake. Anyways, let's take a look at my meal here. And there you have it. I add some of my spices on there, which is actually, it's a cheddar flavor, which is awesome. It's 0 calorie too. It's bomb. And then there's my muffin. Looks pretty bomb. Can't wait to eat it. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. I use this on all chicken and rice and my turkey. But yeah, popcorn seasoning. It says cheddar cheese. But yeah, 0 calorie. It's the shit. I love it. I use it on prep. It's dope.
Pre-workout, lovely fish, vegetables, most delicious meal on the planet. Who needs carbs, right? Jackie's looking at me like I'm gonna enjoy my 600 fucking carbs today or whatever the hell she's eating. So let's eat this. We'll head off to the gym. We'll try to record a little bit at the gym. Try to record at least a couple movements of our push and shoulder session. Get a good training session in. Come home, post-workout. Then we're gonna hop on a podcast. We'll see if Jackie wants to hop on too. And then get last meal of the night and then relax. So I think Fuad's got a new live tonight with Samson and Quentin, so that'd be cool to watch. So yeah, just relax. And as you can see, if you're a little creative with some of these protein only meals, they can be pretty good. I think I'm gonna have a protein cake tonight with some drizzle and some fruit. That'll be a really good one. But nonetheless, let's put this down and off to the gym. So we just finally got to the gym. We normally warm up on the pin-loaded machine, chest press, but somebody's on there, and then the other one, somebody's on there and fucking around on their phones. And both pec decks are taken as well, so we're gonna just do cable flies to warm up the chest, get ready for our chest workout. So we're gonna get chest pressing out of the way. Our chest exercise is done first. Probably got 3 or 4 movements, and then we'll get into shoulders and triceps after that. So let's get a move on.
It's my thing.
I like the way you do that.
Like what?
I like the way you do that.
Good. So we got our last movements ready to go. Just gonna do a shoulder press here and then one more tricep movement. We had a couple other tricep movements we didn't bother to record just because they're boring and repetitive. Triceps are triceps, only so much you can do. And then I'm gonna get a 20 minutes of cardio in. Jackie's gonna do her abs and then we're out of here. So almost done, holding up pretty well. Strength's blah. Jackie's a beast, same old shit. But a couple more sets of this and then I'm done. Cardio, get the fuck out of here. All right, so just got back from the gym. Time to get post-workout meal in. What we're gonna do is eat up the rest of that fish, the cod that we made for pre-workout, and then add some chicken to make up for what's missing. So that, more vegetable, more cauliflower rice, and I might throw some spinach in the pan as well. Probably do that pineapple mango sauce again as well. That was pretty good. I kind of liked that. So had a pretty good workout with Miss Jackie. She did a great job of pushing me. I'm a little tired today. Tomorrow's legs with no carbs. At least it's hamstrings dominant and not quad dominant, so it'll be a little bit easier because hamstrings are a little less intense. It seems it's just as difficult, but it's a little different, of course. So that'll be an interesting day, trying to push some good training without the carbohydrates, but we'll make it happen. Babe.
Great. I'm going to jump on a call in a second.
Jackie's gonna go jump on a call with her coach, our buddy Dr. Karina the Shit Dobson.
Yeah, we're just catching up. We're going to talk about life.
Talk about life.
Life and bodybuilding, honestly.
Funny, both of us, our coaches, happen to be like our best friends. So Paul's...
And it's vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. And it's nice getting along with your coaches pretty well on a personal level. Yeah, no, like Jackie just said, they'll be back in October to come to my show in Boston. So that'll be cool. They came last year, Karina and Paul, everybody's buddy Paul Barnett, who's my coach, came last year. So that'll be exciting to see him come down again, stay at the house, relax. But we have the East Coast Cup first to worry about, so I'm gonna get that. Gotta get a win there first, is the plan. So I am hungry, so let's get this together. I'll show you, nothing really special to look at, but I'll show you that meal when I'm done cooking it, and then we're gonna head downstairs into the new office, and I'm gonna jump on a podcast with my buddy Joshua Perry, who is actually a friend that I got to know through being on Paul's podcast, through our YouTube comments, on my channel and other people's channels, and he's a fan of bodybuilding. He watches our shows and Paul's stuff and my stuff and Chase's stuff and Vigorous Steve and everybody, so we're all pretty tight crew amongst all those guys. So he's become a buddy of mine. Used to have cracks a lot of good jokes in the comments, which he's a ball buster like myself. Him and I get along really well. And he's a smart guy. He works in the medical field as a nurse himself, and very bright, and has done a fantastic job himself, dropping over 200 pounds of body fat. So we're going to talk about extreme fat loss as our topic and try to help advise some people on how to go about that, because I've got some experience with that as well, and so does Josh. So I got to hurry up because we're going to jump on at 9 p.m. So I don't want to be up all night, because I got one more meal after this, which is going to be my favorite one. I'm going to do one of those protein cakes with a little bit of blueberry, so I'll show you that shortly. So I'll show you this finished meal when I'm all done cooking it up, and then we'll head downstairs. All right, so we got our fish and chicken ready to go. Look at that. Got that pineapple mango sauce on too, and some good stuff. So get this down. Ton of vegetables, because I am certainly hungry. So a little bit of food volume from the veggies. 8:35, so got a couple minutes to eat this, put it down fast, and then get on the podcast with Josh. Be a fun one. And then stay tuned, because we are going to show you a fun protein cake that is actually pretty good. Good stuff. Relax with Jacko, sit in bed. I think we got a new Fuad to watch. Always enjoy watching his podcast. Catch up on the bodybuilding news. And yeah, then hit the hay, wake up at 3:30 in the morning, and do it all over again. So let's get this down, podcast, and catch you in a few. All right, so we are all done with the podcast. This is about an hour, about 10:20 right now. So we're going to get upstairs. I'm hungry again, ready for that last meal. So we'll put that protein cake together, show you guys what that's all about. Super simple recipe, and get that last meal in, and then hit the hay, go to bed, do it all over tomorrow. So let's get up to the kitchen and get to cooking. All right, so this last meal is going to be a protein cake, as I mentioned before. So the actual cake we bake in one of these little Pyrex dishes, and I use this Devotion brand salted caramel cone, ice cream cone, which this stuff's good for cooking. That's a great brand for cooking. So we're gonna do 4 ounces of egg whites in the blender cup, and 30 grams of protein powder for the cake batter, and a quarter teaspoon of the baking powder. And that kind of fluffs it up. And then this will go in the oven real quick. Don't take long, but like 10-12 minutes. And then I have, for the protein drip, which is the icing of the cake, is this vanilla oatmeal cookie from Sebum Raw Nutrition for the drip. So then I put some blueberries underneath it, put it in a bowl, put the cake dressing, the drizzle or icing, whatever you want to call it. And then I go right ahead and just put it in the freezer for a bit so it just cools off. And that is my cake. So we're gonna whip this together because it's getting late, and I will show you the finished product. So we just blend the batter, make the icing, put it all together after it's baked, and just cool it off in the fridge. And that's it, easy as that. So it looks pretty good too. I'll show you when it's all done here in a moment. All right, so that is the cake batter. This we will put in the oven, good and fluffy. And I guess it don't matter where I put it on the bottom for now. Do 10 minutes and see how it is. I think it's 10 to 15 minutes typically. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Take my nighttime supplements and relax with Jacko. So let this bake and get baked, eat our last meal. Yep. Now look at this. It's so puffed up, it's literally touching. I'm not gonna melt my, it ain't melt my hand, it ain't melt my camera. As you make me sit here with the camera over that longer by telling me not to melt. Anyways, now I fucking forget. Anyways, look at this cake. Ow. Look at this. Now look at that, that is perfect. Beautiful, well done. It's like a loaf of bread, right, sweetie? Now we're gonna let that cool. Actually, we're gonna take it out first. Let it cool in a bowl with some blueberries and get the icing on it. And yeah, then throw it in the freezer. Looks fantastic. Perfect. 99, supposed to be 100 grams of fruit. And now we got to get the icing on. I almost forgot the most important part. First, might have got the drizzle too cold. What are you talking, Bailey? Our cat's talking to us.
They're all here.
There we go. Perfect.
It's more like frosting.
Yeah.
It's thick.
It's perfect.
Look at that.
You stretch 50 grams of protein pretty good.
It looks like one of those giant cinnamon buns with the icing on it.
Yeah. You just need a little sugar-free. Run the fruit. Put it in the
Finger licking?
good stuff. So there is the final product. And it is the cake. And it is perfect. Just like that. Know how to stretch 50 grams of protein pretty good. But this will be meal number 6 with the blueberries and strawberry protein cake. Appreciate all you guys watching. I just figured it'd be good to show you what I eat on just this protein and vegetable day. And boring, it doesn't, how boring it can be, but you find a way to stretch those calories and just make them count. So that's what we're going to be doing at least for the next 4 days. So that's the plan. That's what I'm eating. And I appreciate you guys watching. Catch you on the next one. Talk to you then.